Testing. I think I got it to work. Okay, firstly, I never post like consistent stuff on this thing, but I'm going to try and start. So nobody knows this on this thing, I think, but I have a TikTok page. I make a bunch of videos about books on there, so I thought that since I've been reading a lot and doing a lot of book stuff, we are going to start talking about it here on YouTube. So let's get started. So I'm going to do a monthly wrap up. This is for the month of October. In October, the first book I read was Burdens We Carry by Dana Isley, I think is how you say her name. It is a novella. It was an arranged marriage, mafia version type. Really cute, more storyline than I would have thought in the like 65 pages that it was, but it was still very enjoyable. I give it a 3 out of 5. The next book I read was A Soul to Keep by Opal Rain. This was a monster romance, and it was super cute, honestly. Our monster is scary looking, but not very scary. He's a very cinnamon roll type. This book gives a lot of Beauty and the Beast vibes, actually. He goes to her town and she is offered up as the offering for the next little while or whatever. So obviously she goes beyond the veil with him, and there is forced proximity, and our female main character is actually pretty cool and you know, headstrong. It was super cute and it kept me really entertained, and I really enjoyed it. So obviously there's romance. I gave it a 4 out of 5. The next book was A Soul to Heal by Opal Rain. I DNF'd this book, I'm sorry. It was pregnancy trope thrown in there right at 30%, and it was about to be the entire plot of the book. I was unaware of the fact, and I don't want to read a 400-page book about a pregnancy trope. Not sorry. Then I was trying to keep it spooky. I read Scream for Us by Molly Doyle. It is a novella. Why choose? So our female main character is at a party, and we've got Ghostface, Michael Myers, and Jason all show up. And this is an extremely spicy, very dark Why Choose, from the like 80 pages that it is as well. Actually, the full-length novel, I think it's called Bloodshed, maybe? I might be lying on that. Was released at the very end of October. I have not read it yet. I will eventually. I gave that a full 3 out of 5. Then I read the third book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series, Barbarian Lover by Ruby Dixon. These books kill me. They're so funny. They're so ridiculous. They're so like there's like not a conflict, and they're just easy, happy, carefree, and I love them. And I made them sometimes just for breaks. This one was like a friends to lovers type. It was really cute. It was actually probably my least favorite one that I've read so far, and I gave it a 3 out of 5. The next one was Barbarian Mind. So this one obviously was the 4th book of the Ice Planet series. It was like, the girl gets like kidnapped, and there's some forced proximity, and then they like obviously fall in love, and then like live away from everybody for like years. And it was really it was actually a really good one, and I really enjoyed it. It was different than the others, and I liked that. I gave it a 3 out of 5. The next books, these were probably my favorite 2 of the month of October: Wicked Little Sins and Wicked Little Lies. So these are by A.R. Brecht. They are heavily dark romance, trigger warning, a little taboo. There's witches, there's demons, there's exorcisms, there's a ton of plot, a ton of spice, and I was completely obsessed with them. I devoured them, and I'm ready for the 3rd one. There will be a 3rd one. I don't know what it's called and I don't know when it's out, but I will be reading it the day it comes out, I swear. For book 9, I read The Psycho by Nikki J. Summer. This book was good. So it's very British, dark romance, stalker-esque type. It wasn't as dark as I thought it would be. Like, it had very dark romance elements, but it really wasn't as dark romance as I thought it was. But it was really good. The guy is very morally gray, very possessive, and I love that. I gave this book a 4 out of 5. It actually had a pretty good little plot twist, and I thought it was like, I was like laughing because it's funny, but I was also like, oh god, like, but I liked it. Then I read the first 3 books in the Wicked Villains series by Katie Roberts. So the first one is Desperate Measures. This is a Jasmine and Jafar, very like sub-dom thing going on. He kills her dad and is like, all right, you're mine. And she like beforehand is totally in love with him, but she's very defiant and it's very fun. You could almost call her a brat, but she was very headstrong, and by the end I was like, let's go girl, I'm living for this. Book 2 of that series is Learn My Lesson. So this was a polyamorous book between Meg, Hades, and Hercules. It was super fun. Very, very spicy. I was like, whew, but I loved it. There were a lot of like sub-dom switches in this book that was really fun because you got to see like Meg be both, and I don't know, I just really liked it. It was a male, male, female. I thought the ending was a little abrupt on it, but I gave it a 4 out of 5. And then the last book of October I read A Worthy Opponent, which is the 3rd book in the Wicked Villain series. I loved this book. It was a Tinkerbell and Hook little spin-off or whatever, and it was like, I like want to call it a reverse Grumpy Sunshine, but I don't even know at this point. I seriously loved it though. Obviously it was very sub-dom. I think that's just like the genre of this whole book series maybe, I don't know. It was a marriage of convenience. There was like a lot of sharing and like adding people into the mixture, but it was so fun, and Hook was so in touch with his emotions, and like she was so defiant, but like they had a history, and I seriously like loved this book. And this book actually had a lot of plot in it that the other 2 didn't really have, which was a little refreshing. But I still enjoyed the other 2 just as much. I gave that one a 4 out of 5 as well. I had so much during the month of October. I was really trying to go for like more of the dark romance, more of the monster, like demons, witches. I was trying to keep it spooky, and I feel like I honestly succeeded in that. When October ended, I said that I was going to be done with the dark romances, but I have made my TBR for the month of November, and 4 out of the 9 are dark romances. So, the other ones are all rom-coms though. Well, no, one which is fantasy. So we'll see. I don't know. I've already completed 1 book off of my November TBR, and I'm on the 2nd book. So I think my November TBR is really gonna go well this month. And then I've actually already started my December TBR. So we'll see how that goes. I guess that's it. If anybody made it to the end, thanks for watching, and I'm gonna start trying to post stuff on this YouTube page about my books and stuff. If anything, go check out my TikToks. They're a lot shorter than this video.